Hello and welcome in to a special edition of NeckUp Live. Today we'll be talking about high school football here in the local region. My name is Rob Willard. You can call me the Duke. We'll start with the teams locally that we'll be covering and some of the coaches that are heading those teams up, their results from last year, and then we'll get into some of week one's games and some of the big matchups we have this week. So starting off with our teams of coverage, we have Jackson, who's a Division III team. They play in Region 11, head coached by Andy Hall. They finished last season with a 10-2 record and were the number 4 seed in their region. So a great season last year for the Jackson Ironmen. Waverly Tigers, a Division IV team, Region 15, head coached by Chris Crabtree. They had a 6-5 record last year and finished with a number 10 seed in the playoffs. And then Jackson being our only Division III team in our area, and Waverly being the only Division IV team in our area. Those guys we'll be cheering those guys on within their division. Ironton, Division V, Region 19, head coached by Trevin Pendleton. They finished last year 11-2. They were the number 1 seed in Division V, Region 19. And the majority of the teams that we'll be covering are Division V, Region 19 teams. As you will see, like the next team, Memphis, also Division V, Region 19, head coached by Jordan Michael, not to be confused with Michael Jordan, but I do believe they are related. Memphis finished last year 4-5, but did not qualify for the playoffs. And Northwest, a Division V, Region 19 team headed up by Tyler Gullion. They finished last year 6-4, but did not qualify for the playoffs with a pretty good record of 6-4. A disappointment not to be in the playoffs. Portsmouth, a Division V, Region 19 team headed up by Bruce Kalb. They finished the regular season at 5-5, finished the whole season at 6-6 after they got a round 1 victory in the playoffs. They were a number 15 seed last season in Division V, Region 19. West Portsmouth, also Region 19, Division V competitor. They're headed up by Todd Gilliland. Their record last year was 8-3, and they were the number 8 seed in Region 19. Another Region 19 team, Wheelersburg, also Division V, headed up by Rob Woodward. They had a 9-4 record last year as they made it to the regional final game. They were defeated by Harvest Prep, who actually knocked out Ironton and Wheelersburg last year on their way to the Final Four. Wheelersburg finished the season just ahead of West Portsmouth in the seedings. They were a number 7 seed in Division V, Region 19. So a lot of competition in our area for those regional seedings in Region 19. So we'll be following that one closely. Also, Oak Hill, Region 19 as well. They're headed up by Jason Fitzhugh. They finished 0-8 last year, so they didn't qualify for the playoffs. They look to turn it around this year, see if they can get on the winning side. Then we'll move on to Division VI, where we have Rock Hill. They are Region 24, head coached by Tony Love. They had a 4-7 record last year and were the number 16 seed in the Region 24. Valley, also Division VI, Region 24, head coached by Nolan Crabtree. They finished last year 3-8 and were the number 13 seed in the region with a record of 3-8. And we move on to Division VII, where we have East in Region 27, head coached by Adam Bailey. They were 5-6 last season and finished with the number 13 seed in that region. Green, Division VII, Region 27 also. They had a 1-9 record last year, did not qualify for the playoffs, but they do have a new head coach in town, Larry Legend, Larry Hall, looking to take over the Bobcats there and see what he can do. We look to follow closely there, and hopefully he can generate some wins and some excitement there for the Green Bobcats. And to round things off, we have Notre Dame, Division VII, Region 27, head coached by Buster Davis. They were 8-4 last year and had a good seeding at the number 6 seed last year, got themselves a playoff win along the way. And that's a look at the teams that we'll be talking about this year. To start things off, as we move along, we may add more teams to our coverage area. But for now, that's where we're getting started. And we're not going to be here to make predictions or be a prognosticator. We will kind of, review each game each week and talk about some of the pluses and minuses for each team. But we're not going to try to make any guesses about who's going to win the game, or, don't tune in if you're trying to look for a future result here, because that's not going to happen. We're going to talk about past results, and we're going to talk about future games schedule wise. We don't know, it's high school football. It's week one. It's a new team. So, we're not going to make any assumptions. Let them get out there and play. Let them decide who the better team is this Friday night, right? So this Friday night, we have coming up our game of the week. Our game of the week is going to be picked by, what game generates the most excitement in the area. Sometimes that will be hard to decide. But this week was not difficult. We have Ironton at Wheelersburg. And Ironton last year won the game 17-14, and they've won the last 3 games. So Wheelersburg will be anxious to get out there and try to get on the winning side of the scoreboard this year. Another game to watch this week would be Jackson at Logan. Jackson won that game last year 22-0, and they are 3-0 in the last 3 contests between those two teams. Waverly will be taking on Miami Trace. They'll be at Miami Trace. Last year, Miami Trace won the game 27-26, so a tight battle there, but Waverly has won 2 of the last 3 contests. West will be at Fairland. That's a traditional week 1 matchup. Fairland has won the last 3 games, and they won last year 32-29. So West will travel, to Fairland hoping to get on the winning side this year. Memphis will be at Rock Hill. Memphis was able to win last year 17-7. Memphis is 2-0 over the last 3 years in the contest, as the game in 2021 was canceled. Portsmouth at Valley. So that's a Thursday night game, right? So that kind of kicks off the season. This year it's going to be held at Valley, out near the prison there. Last year, Portsmouth won 59-29, and Portsmouth has won the last 3 contests. Also coming up this week, a couple teams both in our area. Northwest at Piketon. Those guys did not play last year, so we don't have any results to talk about there. But next week we will, right? Green will be taking on Federal Hocking. That's a home game for the Bobcats. They did not play last year. No results there to talk about. Notre Dame versus Fairfield Christian Academy. They did not play last year, but Fairfield Christian Academy did beat Green last year 42-0. So we have something to relate to there. Then East will be hosting Southeastern Ross. They did not play last year. And then Oak Hill versus Wellston, which is another, traditional rivalry matchup. The Rockets and the Oaks will battle it out. Wellston has won 2 of the last 3. They won last year 12-9 in what looked like a kicking contest based on the score. We'd have to go back and see. I don't know, but 12-9, that's a close game, good game, and a week 1 opener that both teams' fans will be anxious to watch this year. So that's a look at the games coming up this week. Feel free to leave us a message on here, post a comment. We'll try to reply. Otherwise, tune in next week. We'll be back with the results of these games, and we'll talk about week 2's games, and we'll see what we have in store for the week 2 game of the week. Thanks for tuning in to KneckUp Live. Be sure to check out checkupneckup.com. Give us a like and a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We hope you have a wonderful week. We hope you enjoy your Friday night or Thursday night if you're Portsmouth and Valley, and get out there and cheer on your teams in a positive way. I'm the Duke of Earl, and I'm out. Peace.